Hi everyone, I'm filming this video over a week early, and I will explain why in a second because I don't want to do any spoilers, but I'm not wearing any makeup, I haven't done my nails, I just got home from vacation and I was way too excited to film this video because I've been waiting for so long. And I'm really excited to show my progress this month. And so yeah, let's get started. Also, it is like 7:30, so the sun is probably going to be setting throughout this video. At some point I might have to turn on more lights, but I think it's fine for now. Can you tell how excited I am? I'm like out of breath actually. Okay, so the first shade that I'm going to show is Moremi from the Warrior Juvia's Place palette, and I have had this since the beginning in here, and I will show you a picture of what it looked like last month. And this is what it looks like this month. I literally have the smallest, tiniest little speck of pan, but these pans were pretty deep and this shade was pretty stiff. So I used Moremi 14 times this month, taking me to 24 uses total, and it took 24 uses to hit pan, and as soon as I hit pan, I put this away. I put it down because I was just, it's pretty, you know, but I was just a little sick of it, so. Alright, the next one is Aura, which is from the Venus 1 palette from Lime Crime, and I believe this has also been with me for 2 months. And this is what it looks like today. I also hit pan on Aura, so that was really exciting. I've also been working on this one for a really long time. I have used this 7 times this month, 22 times total. So it took me, I think, 21 uses to hit pan, and with both of this and Moremi, I was really using a pointed domed brush. So it was a goal. I was really trying to get in there. So I'm so glad to have these 2 light shimmer shades out because I just want something new. Okay, the next shade is one that has also been here since the beginning of this project, and it is the green glitter shade from Wet n Wild in that little glitter palette that I have. And this is what it looks like this month. So I also hit pan on this one, so that means I'm done with all of the eyeshadows that I started this project with, which is super weird because before I started this, I had literally never hit pan on anything before, or any eyeshadows at least. And the funny thing is, I hit pan on all of these really early on in the month, and I think it was like within 3 days of each other. It was like boom, boom, boom. So that was really cool. The next shade is Crafty in my Tarte Blush palette, and this is old, like 4 years old maybe. Probably 4 years old, maybe 3, I don't know. And it was another light shimmer shade. And can you believe it, I also hit pan on this one. These pans are actually really shallow. I hit pan after 12 uses, and to be fair, I had used this before, but not enough to like see any sort of progress or anything. It's a fairly stiff formula, but I don't know if you can see how shallow these pans actually are. So I got all of those light shimmery shades done this month, and I was so happy about that. So I'm feeling very good. Okay, and the last shade for me to update you on is Morocco in the Juvia's Place Nubian 2 palette. And this is what it looks like this month. You really, it's hard to see here. I feel like that's maybe a good angle. I do have a dip in here, and I've been using this a lot this month. So I've used it 12 times total, and as you saw with the Warrior palette with Moremi, these pans are pretty deep. The shadows are pretty tightly packed. But I'm really liking using this color, and I'm liking using this palette in general because it is very pretty. And I usually don't go for like metallic colors, but these two right here, particularly this green, I really, really love using. So pulling this out kind of gives me an excuse to play with these other things, and also it's the summer, so orange is kind of a cute shade to be doing right now. And it's also so easy because even though orange is a color, you can still kind of just put it in the crease and like boom, there's an everyday look. So the reason I wanted to film this early was because I've hit pan on 4 shades, and there's no way I'm hitting pan on Morocco within a week. So I just wanted to roll in some new shadows so I could have more things to play with, because I just knew this wasn't going to happen by the update at all. So I'm going to insert some photos of some looks that I've done this month using most of, if not all, of the colors in the color palette that I was using. Okay, here's the exciting part. I get to add in 4 new shades, but my random number generator is on my phone, as is the list of the numberings of all my palettes. So what I'm going to do actually is just do it all myself, and then come back and tell you what the results are. Okay, so Morocco is obviously still in my color palette for this upcoming month. The first palette that I pulled was number 12 in my collection, which is the Warrior again from Juvia's Place, which I was a little nervous about because there's a lot of shades in here that I don't really like. I feel like these yellowy golds, like in the bronzy golds, don't look very good on me, but there are some shimmers in here that I do enjoy a lot more. But thankfully I pulled Cano, I'll put the correct pronunciation in later, this, you know, brown shade, which is nice. I think that'll be pretty easy to use up, so that's exciting. I'm glad to have just like a neutral brown. The next palette that I pulled was number 9, which is Venus 2 in my collection, and it's so funny. I was really hoping for this one actually, and I kind of had a feeling that it would happen. So the shade that I got is 3, which is Marsh, this green shade, and it's kind of funny that I have another green shade when I was working on one at the beginning of this project, but I really loved like all the looks that I was getting with that, and this is also a really pretty color. It's deeper than the other one, but it has like a slight shimmer, but not too much, so I could use it anywhere really, because I don't think the shimmer is like distracting. Yeah, so that's cool. The next palette that I pulled was the Warrior again, so this is going to be the 3rd shade from this palette that is in this project, and this time I pulled number 1, which is Amina right here, this kind of like rose gold shimmer shade. And actually I think this is probably, I mean, yeah, out of these 5 shimmery shades, other than like this really light one, that is by far my favorite. So I'm glad that I'm pulling this one in, because I do think that this shade kind of flatters my eye. You can see it's a really pretty color. So I'm excited to work with that one. It's a little similar to, you know, the light shimmers that I was working on last month, but it is different and it does have like color to it, so that's fun. And then the last palette that I drew was number 9 again, which is Venus 2 again. So, you know, these 2 palettes are gonna get a lot of attention this month, but that's okay. And I got number 6, which annoyingly enough is Jam right here, which is another orange. I don't really know if I'm going to mainly be focusing on Jam or on Morocco. Jam is definitely a much more red orange. It actually looks completely red right now, but I think that's just the lighting, because it looks pretty bright in the pan, but on my hand it's really not showing up that way. It's more of like a berry shade, which I guess might be why it's called Jam. But I don't know, that's a little frustrating. I might just, anytime I use an orange, I might just use both and mix them or something. I don't really know. But regardless, this is my color palette that I have going on. I think it's really unique and really cool, actually. And And I am excited to do some looks using all 5 of these. I feel like last month, the looks that I did using all 5 were pretty underwhelming. It was kind of hard to be creative with those shades, but this is going to be super easy to be creative and come up with sort of unique looks. So I am excited. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you have a really good rest of your day.